Yo, it's me. Same guy, same filthy shirt. The world's coming apart. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. I watched a little bit of Look Out for Charlie yesterday. If you don't know who Look Out for Charlie is, he's a supposed former targeted individual. He does a lot of examination when it comes to audio. He's found on a bunch of different videos, voice to skull. He's picked up the frequency where it said voices to people who didn't know it was happening to them. He does a lot of good. He's got a lot of good information. As far as his claim of being targeted and beating the targeting, I don't believe that. They test different people with this technology and then they move on. So it's possible they would experiment on it and then they moved on. But as far as his information, it's good information. They were saying, hello, Miss Barton. They were saying, everybody's seen the reports by now, that people were screaming for 5 minutes, there's a shooter, there's a shooter, there's a shooter. And listen to my words. Secret Service and law enforcement refused to act. Here's the thing in America, which is a huge problem. If you disagree with the left, they assume you're the right. If you disagree with the right, they assume you're the left. Why can't I just be correct in my assumptions? What I mean by that is, if you support defunding the police, you're on the left. If you support funding the police, you're on the right. Why can't I be correct? This is one of my big issues with Donald Trump. He wants to make it even more difficult to fire law enforcement, to hold law enforcement accountable, to be able to sue law enforcement. He wants them to have complete immunity. Like bulletproof immunity. Qualified immunity is already bulletproof enough. And I'll use Trump's logic and those on the right against them. They say, well, the reason criminals are criminals because you don't punish them. Makes sense. If a criminal keeps getting away with crime, they're going to continue to get away with crime until they're punished. The same goes with law enforcement. They're going to keep getting away with crime and getting away from crime and getting away with crime until they're punished. And then guess what happens when they're punished? About a day before they're going to be punished, they go to their sergeant or their sheriff or their police chief and say, I'm going to resign and I'm going to go somewhere else. Okay. Since you're resigning without anything on your record, we didn't have to discipline you. Stamp of approval. And then they move on to the next place to terrorize more citizens. Same thing with our politicians. I don't know if you know who Bob Menendez is, Democrat. They found gold bars in his safe from bribes that he took. Gold bars with the name of the businesses that they have caught him being bribed. The name of those businesses was on the gold coins. It's on the gold bars. Gold Bar Menendez. If you don't punish them for crime, they'll continue to commit it. It was law enforcement yesterday that made it possible for the shooter to almost kill Donald Trump. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip where it showed the SWAT team on the roof with the shooter in sight watching him, and he waited and waited till after the third or fourth shot before he went, maybe waited until the third or fourth shot and Donald Trump being hit before he went blink, blink, blink. It was all set up. Because you see, if they kill Donald Trump right now, Nikki Haley becomes our representative. She's no different than Joe Biden. Joe Biden said last week, he said, I think it's about time we put Donald Trump in the bullseye. I mean, we all knew this was coming. After this, I mean, even the crowd noticed. The crowd overwhelmingly noticed, where's all the cops at? Where's all the security at? And you're like, oh, this is a really rural part of Pennsylvania. They needed less security. They needed less security because it was a lot safer, but they still didn't need to make it all that. He already made it to the center. I don't know what that comment means. He made it to the center. I don't know what made it to the center means, but I would love for you to explain. So, the dude who got on the roof, they saw him climbing the ladder. What's up, Mario? My husband said same thing you are. It's all fishing. The Secret Service let it happen. Remember, the Secret Service let them invade Mar-a-Lago. The Secret Service has been there every single time to let them violate and let the Secret Service let the Democrats put recordings in this. The day that Donald Trump moved in the White House, his Secret Service was supposed to go inside the Oval Office and all the private rooms of the White House and make sure there were no more listening devices, no recording devices, no bombs, no nothing. Stop that. Remember, they were listening to him at Mar-a-Lago. They were listening to him from New York. They were spying on him in the White House. He's been under attack since day one. Now, I'm not disagreeing with you. They did 100%, and did you hear the training they get? It's DEI. DEI. Did you see all the little helpless women beside the truck when they were putting Trump in it? The helpless women, they were bouncing back and forth. That one chick couldn't even get her gun back in her holster. Totally frazzled. Listen, I love women. Women out there, I love you. I love you. You have no business in war. You understand? You have no business defending a president. You have no business in cop cars riding around enforcing law. Sorry, you don't. It is too dangerous for women who are the weaker species physically to be in these physical roles that requires a certain amount of physicality. Sorry. Ask any pro-female athlete, they will tell you, I do not have the physicality that a man has. I don't have the bone mass or the muscle density to be able to compete with a man. Can't do it. That's TI. You know how they can listen in on yeah. They don't need listening devices to listen to conversations when they're monitoring all of our brains. The Secret Service helped arrange it. Like they helped arrange when Mar-a-Lago got raided and they were going through people's underwear. When they took confidential face the top sheets for confidentiality and laid it in the floor and spread it out across the floor like Donald Trump was in the middle of his bathroom floor going through confidential records showing people? Donald Trump is not safe anywhere he goes. And that's the point. That's the point. Now, people have different reasons for why they want to take Donald Trump out. And I'll tell you why the Democrats hate him so much. They think that Donald Trump has all the blackmail from Jeffrey Epstein. That's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, to see if he had the black book. Remember, the FBI waited a month after Epstein's murder, a month after his murder, because he didn't even kill himself. Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. So, okay? Jeffrey Epstein's still alive. He's not dead. I'll tell you something from me personally. Wow, my brakes started to work all of a sudden for some reason. That's strange. Something's up then. I come to my Ranger a little bit ago to get in, and battery is dead. Battery's dead, and the brakes are now working. That's strange. So they've monkeyed with my car somehow. Evil people expect you to be as evil as they are. So, with the first 4 or 5 channels, if you recall, all the channels attacking me saying, oh, you're robbing little old ladies, you're conning people, you're a shill, you're a con artist, you're stealing money from people, you're a scammer. Remember all that? Then we find out the people that were attacking me, that one douche nozzle, vilified douche weasel, forgive me, Lord. Wow, my brakes are working great. That's strange. Something must be broke. Then we find out that vilified douche weasel was convicted many times of theft. We find that he conned his audience into paying off his $1,000 shack he lived in. What's up, Eric? You see, they always accuse you of the crimes they're guilty of. The Democrats do this all the time because they expect Trump to be that guilty. And the problem is, Donald Trump should have crucified them when he first took office. The night during Donald Trump's acceptance speech, he said, well, Hillary, you fought a tough battle. We're just going to leave her alone. Everybody's screaming, lock her up. We're just going to leave her alone, Hillary. She's doing a lot for our country. Every step of the game, treatment under the law. There are 2 standards. Us and them. They set Donald Trump up to die. So ask yourself where we would be today if he got killed yesterday. Would it be a lot less helpless? I find it appalling, and I know a lot of it was bots, but as soon as it happened, the bots, the same bots every time. Fake, fake, false flag, fake, 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 no blood, no blood, no blood, false flag, fake, 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 all for attention, all for attention, all for attention. Kill Hitler, kill Hitler, kill Hitler. Yet, I can't use my speech and say they should be hung for treason. You know how many times I've gotten kicked off of Facebook for saying they should be hung for treason? You know what the punishment for treason is? To be hung. Oh, you can't say that. Oh, feelings. If you don't understand, CNN said that Donald Trump fell because he heard a loud sound. All these corrupt mainstream media knew what happened, And they put the fake headline up as if nothing happened, nothing to see here, nothing to see here, didn't happen, nah. And there'll be no accountability. None. Why? Because they are controlled by our alphabet agencies. The CIA controls the CNN. Let me scroll here and see what you're writing. I got kicked off Facebook for 6 months for telling somebody off. My next one's a year like I care. For 52 years old, I'm half dead. I don't care. I'm sad if they kick me off Facebook. Well, there you go. Being off social media is a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's a gift. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you heard my shoulder just pop out of socket. Oh wow, that hurt. It's hello Zoloff. It's bad news. I tried to tell my kids yesterday, I said, I've been telling you this. It's coming. And when Donald Trump said they're not trying to kill him, they're trying to kill us, he was being truthful. He really was. Now, you guys have heard me say many things on here, and I still have convictions about what I had to say. Give me a minute. Let me handle this security protocol. The problem is they didn't kill him. I've been very critical of Trump. But how is it that he's so intelligent, he gets up there and makes friends with all the wrong people? How did he pick his cabinet so terribly? Because the RNC was still controlling him. Now I know for a fact they're not blackmailing him. They got nothing to blackmail him on. I mean, they've done $40 million. They went through all his records trying to bust him during the first FBI BS. The only way, and listen, America's not going to survive this. It's not. We have to pray that Trump gets in there only to buy us a little bit more time. Vladimir Putin was on TV 3 days ago, and he said, I hope that Donald Trump gets in office so the war can stop. He said, I will work with Trump to stop the war. He said it. He said he will work with Trump to end it. To be done with it. Rick, you need to go back into videos and watch videos. I've already made a video on the houseboat. So you can go back and watch that. So, nothing's going to stop God from doing what he's going to do. God's going to have his way. We don't have a choice. There's nothing we can do to stop what God's doing. Nothing. And it's not going to be good. America's done. But Donald Trump is the only one standing in the way from them taking us out. And listen, if you support Trump right now, don't think they ain't coming for you. I mean, it's Steve Bannon is in prison right now for nothing. Steve Bannon did nothing illegal. Nothing. He refused an unlawful subpoena. That's what he did. He refused an unlawful subpoena. Peter Navarro, he refused an unlawful subpoena from the January 6th committee, which was banded together unlawfully. The whole thing was unlawful. But nobody's fighting back. They keep thinking we're going to fight this lawfare with better lawyers. Well, how'd that work out for Alex Jones? It didn't work out for any of them. It's not going to work out for anybody because they control the levers of power. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, or Bill Clinton, whoever you may say, they put their people in power. And George Bush put his people in power. And they're the NWO, and they put their people in all these places. Who would ever think that a small-time judge who doesn't even have a law degree could control what a president does? Because under Donald Trump's presidency, it was small-time judges that didn't even have law degrees who were saying, nope, you can't shut down the border. That's unlawful. So you got to wait 6 months. And then you got to get an appeal. 6 more months and 6 more months. Tiefel, get your houses in order. It's going to rain. God bless.